All good?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it the way that I move with you? Is it the way that my body grooves? Can we persuade our hips to lose all of the time inside the room? You got me feeling like, oh, can I hold you, baby, Lord? I have. We take all this time we use and always go and abuse it, Lord. And we take all this I have. I'm just gonna let you do a really long intro here.
Cool, one chord.
Guns high, they smoke behind a dogwood a tree. All the bars are closed right before the county line. Oh, how that breeze smells like honey from a bee. Is it hell? Is it home? Is it me? Jesus is stuck inside my TV screen, giving all the answers, but never holding me. Heaven's too far away, and I can't find no peace. Is it hell? Is it home? Is it me? Oh, I feel like a cotton rose hiding there between my toes. Precious life I seek. I can't believe what I see. Devils want you, take me up with you. I could use the calm, and I'm sure you could use it too. fly in your spaceship, dance on Saturn's rings. Is it hell? Is it home? Is it me? Is it hell? Is it home? Is it me? Is it hell? Is it home? Is it me? Yeah. One of my favorite all-time lyricists is probably Tom Waits. And he has a song, a line that I always, it's like, God, it's so simple, but it's such a great line. He's got to get up off the cross, we could use the wood. It's a great line that get off your cross and we could use the wood. And I always think about that because it's such a the visuals there, and it's talking about building a house and building a home. And I thought that's a really beautiful, beautiful line. Kind of the sentiment behind it. But Tom Waits is usually the one that I listen to a lyric and just be like, yeah, like how did you think about that? I think some of that stuff. Actually, someone who's new. That new Casey Musgraves record. I think she's got any of those turns of phrases that I really like. So like she's got some of that. You can have your space cowboy, but it's called Space Cowboy. I think that's just a comma is all that is. But the use of language is actually. My wife has a master's in literature, and it's appreciation I've had to learn, especially through writing lyrics, is just the mastering of the English language and mastering of language and understanding just little turns of phrases and little lines that you're like, oh, man, that's so there's a simplicity to it. I don't like overly complicated lyrics. I like a simple but smart, and it could speak to, the academic, and it can speak to the, someone who has no education. And I think that to me is the key of a great lyricist.
No, I mean, like anybody who grew up playing guitar, a lot of like blues-based rock and roll, classic rock, that kind of stuff. I actually had a guitar magazine that I carried around with me for years. It was just like on the cover, it just said the 50 greatest guitar riffs of all time or whatever. And I mean, it was everything, Zeppelin, the Kinks, the Stones, just whatever. Everybody you suspect would be in that magazine was in that magazine, and it had them ranked from 1 to 50. I think the first heaviest one was, because they were kind of ranked chronologically, was Lola by the Kinks, and then it got later. And by the time I got into the hair metal stuff later on, I wasn't really like still with it. That wasn't my jam. But as a songwriter, I got really into melody and less into just like guitarsing later on. I sort of fancy myself more of a songwriter, arranger, musician, more than I actually would consider myself a guitar player. The guitar is like a vehicle for the song, just like a Wurlitzer or a piano or whatever. The Beatles were my favorite band of all time for a long time. A lot of the reason for that is for their emphasis on melody. Like everything is basically a hook in a Beatles song. It doesn't matter if it's a little piano part or the bass line that McCartney's playing. Later on, I became a huge Elliott Smith fan, and he was kind of the same way. Yeah, as you get older and you play with better players too, you realize that the baddest dudes are the ones that are always underplaying. I mean, maybe they have that one moment where they play a ripping solo or something, but maybe that happens once in a set.
Thanks for watching
the Vault Sessions.
Every view and subscription we get helps us buy guitars for kids.
For every $100, you can buy a kid a guitar and 10 weeks of lessons.
You're hired.
Click here
to subscribe. Click here to watch
more Vault Sessions.
And visit the website here
Perfect.
to learn more about the Guitars for Kids program.
I love it.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Nailed it. You got it. Yeah.